Say something for the podcast. Tell the people what you feel.
I'm just jazzed about being on the show, man.
You are listening to The Objective Jerk, where objectiveness is the objective, and I am
I
jerk.
hate cell phones. Can't stand cell phones. I don't know what. I miss the days of not having cell phones. I miss the days of not having smartphones, and I miss the days of not having a cell phone. I just miss the only way people can contact you is the phone at your house, and if you're not there, your answering machine will get it, and you'll get to it when you get to it. It's annoying. All right, so this is the Objective Jerk. I'm said jerk. How's everybody doing? I am currently trying to, I don't know, work on my podcast stuff. So I didn't realize all the stuff that Facebook has or is trying to do to kind of, catch up with everybody, or I don't know. But so I've been playing around with it a little bit more. I had set up I guess it's like a business. So if you have a business, you want to sell stuff, it's like another Facebook page. So I had set that up a while back, but it was basically just a copy of my Facebook page because I already created a Facebook page for this podcast, basically. Because I got rid of my Facebook. Oh man, I'm kind of going off. I was going to talk about cell phones and stuff, and then, but I'll get back to it. So, I grew up in like a liberal household, basically, my whole life. I didn't really follow politics or anything like that, but that's kind of how, I perceived things. When you're young, you watch. Well, I mean, when I was young, you watched MTV and all this, and I remember watching Pearl Jam Unplugged, and at the end of it, he wrote pro-choice on his arm. I didn't know what that meant, but I told everybody. I remember being in school, and this cute girl asked me, if I was pro-life or pro-choice, and I just remembered, oh, he wrote that in his arm, so I'm like, pro-choice, and of course she was like, cool. I didn't know. I didn't care. I didn't follow anything. And then even as a young adult, I didn't still care that much. I didn't really follow. I remember, Clinton and his sexual scandals and stuff like that. But, I didn't follow anything. I didn't care. And, I lived in Washington State, which is always votes blue and is pretty liberal for the most part. So anyway, I moved around mainly between like Utah and Washington, but I had Facebook, and I didn't get on it very much. Just every once in a while I'd get on there and whatever, kind of catch up. I'd just kind of see where all my friends, what they were doing, make a few comments, and that's kind of it. I didn't really post anything. And so I didn't really start getting on Facebook until I moved here to the Philippines, so I could kind of really, stay in touch with the States, basically, And I remember, I've told the story before, but as I was getting ready to move here is when I kind of saw the biased, kind of hypocritical reporting and political things on the news. I'm like, what? I'm not going to talk about it again, but so that's when I kind of started noticing and paying attention. So when I came here, I did vote for Trump in 2016 just because Hillary was an evil cunt. I've talked about too before. I was unsure. I remember I almost was just going to vote for Mickey Mouse or something, but I did end up voting for Trump, and he ended up, I think, being a good president. So, a couple years later, I'm on Facebook, and I got friends from back in Washington, and even a lot of family in Utah that are just so anti-Trump, and so I would post stuff and they'd say some things or whatever. But then I come to find out, like, a lot of people just stopped following me, So I'm like, well, what's the point then? You know what I mean? Or like, I don't know, it should be like, not following, but like kind of stuff coming up in their feed. Like they don't want my stuff coming up because it was like Trump cool, Trump this, and they didn't like it. Which I get it, I understand, but I think they should be like, hey, I'm not down for the Trump stuff, so I'm gonna kind of not follow you. So if you want to get in touch with me, do it this way or something. Because I remember sending some stuff to this friend that I'm talking about music and stuff, and I didn't get no replies and stuff like that. I'm like, what's going on, And then so when he made that remark, he's like, this is why I don't follow you anymore and this and that. And I was just like, what? Well, who cares what? I don't know. So it just like, anyway, so I just completely dumped my Facebook. Like I totally deleted it, got rid of it. Then when I started doing the podcast, I created another Facebook, but it was geared more towards the podcast. So I, instead of, just, I don't know, because that's all. But anyway, so I started I'm slowly like adding more and more people. I immediately added like all my army buddies because, excuse me, whether they're for Trump or against Trump, they can still take, they can take they can put up with shit talking, basically. And then I'm slowly like adding family members. The only person that I know that hates Trump that I'm friends with and I'm in contact with is my mom. And we always get into like arguments. Not arguments, but we always, debate back and forth on Messenger and whatever about it. But I don't know, I'm kind of slowly starting to be like, I should, life's short, so it's just, maybe I'm slowly starting to kind of grab people from, friends that I had before. And while I'm doing this, I'm trying to separate my Facebook to my more personal, but I still can't not talk shit about. Okay, anyway, so I have my personal Facebook, and then I have the little professional page or something that's more geared towards the podcast. So I'm trying to separate them. But the thing is like I want to talk shit about Facebook and all this stuff because they completely restricted and censored a lot of people's posts. You know what I mean? Oh, that's not right. If you notice, it's gone down a lot. Well, maybe not for people that are just posting pictures of their kitty and yay, I love Biden. Maybe they don't see it, but when you sit there and you question and put things on there, they're like, what? You get these marks, you get Facebook jail and all this kind of crap, and it's like, dude, what? It's like it's free speech, it's not like we're like, hey, let's go kill a bunch of liberals or something. It's just people putting their opinions on there, and then Facebook is like censoring it. And I just looked at the camera to see what, and I'm all like, hey, what's up? How you doing? So a little close. I guess that's good. That's a good reason why to have the camera up. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so Facebook is like censoring stuff. So then it became my mission to just put anti-Facebook and anti-Trump or anti-Biden and pro-Trump stuff on Facebook, just to kind of like stick it to them, So I'm still gonna do that, but I'm gonna try and I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. So I'm thinking of just trying to maybe. So I took all my memes off the podcast Facebook, and I just have links and videos and stuff from my podcast. But I wonder if maybe I'll start just putting my memes on there, so then I can have Facebook separate for everybody, so I can talk to my liberal friends and all that kind of stuff. That's what I'm thinking. Let me know. Send me an email, comment, whatever. Let me know what you think. So the reason I'm kind of talking about this is so like I said, I've been slowly like requesting friends back with people that I grew up with, and there was this young woman who I went to high school with, and she sent me a message that, at least I'm getting some interaction, but it was constructive criticism, I would say. But I don't know what she's really talking about. Like, I don't know I say stuff, I don't, some stuff comes out of my mouth that I'm not, I don't know. I'm sober. It's my opinion, so I'm not, but she made it seem like I had a podcast that said, like, to kill transvestites or something. I don't know. I'm like, what? I didn't say that. So I'm trying to think of what, and I sent her a message, and I'm like, I don't remember saying that. I was talking about the trans woman that shot up the school and her manifesto and how they didn't want to release it, kind of stuff. That's what, so I don't know if maybe she heard a clip or maybe she read something. Maybe, I don't know. But if you're listening to this, which she's probably not, you know who you are. Send me a message again. Let me know. I'm not, I don't care to be, I'm not going to like sugarcoat stuff. I'm not trying to attack anybody, but at the same time, it's like, I think I'm pretty good at seeing bullshit, This is going off differently. Cell phones. This whole thing started on cell phones. I do my podcast. I'm like, I feel like bitching or talking about something, and so I'll do it. And that's what this was supposed to be. It's about cell phones, and now I'm going off on another thing. But again, I don't know. I feel like I talk. Maybe that's what she's talking about because I talk about it. But it just seems like the trans movement that's going on is just a lot of it is mental, and it's just for attention and because it's the cool thing to do now. You know what I mean? Like I believe there are people that are honestly in the wrong body or whatever. But I think it's way less than what they're making it seem like. And I think a lot of them it's just a mental condition, When I was working at the VA, there was I don't know about daily, but I would see a trans man dressed as a woman, and not to be rude, but they were not pretty. You know what I mean? Like, it was a guy with some lipstick and long hair wearing a dress. And you would see it. I saw it more often than I would think. And turns out most of them were like special forces, and they were into some shit, saw some shit, done some shit, had some shit happen to them, So it just makes me think it's just kind of it's like they're unhappy with what they did maybe, and they want to change themselves, so they think that's what way to do it. I don't know. A lot of it I think is just it's in their brain. Some of them I think is legit, but a lot of it is not. That's kind of my opinion. I'm not a doctor. I'm not whatever. I just, from what I see, that's what I get out of it. Anyway, God, I keep getting closer and closer to them. I need to push the computer back, maybe. All right. Oh, now it's all. What the heck? Oh, now I'm sitting on a cable. Come on. What is that? What's going on? Oh, it's the table because it's funky. I gotta build a new table. How's that? Is that better? I don't know. Not really. Okay. Anyway. Nope, too far. There we go. So that's kind of my take on that. I personally know a trans individual. I like the person. We get along. We talk. We BS, when he comes to town. She comes to town. They come to town. I've talked about her before, and I've had an episode where I was trying to maintain the pronoun thing, but I can't do it. It's just hard, dude. And, you see these videos of people who get so upset. Do I look like a man? But it's like, dude, it's like if you're doing something and you just hear a man's voice, you're going to be like, hey, sir. And then, oh, crap, they're dressed as a woman. You know what I mean? It's like, I understand that you're going through something and you want to be looked at as a female, but you can't expect everybody to just, I don't know. It's like there's an epidemic of people like this Dylan Mulvaney guy. That guy's a nut job, and it's all for attention. You cannot say that he's legitimately a trans and wants to. I've seen, like, not a documentary, but I've seen stuff that talk about his early videos and the things he did and all this kind of stuff. And it's like he saw this trans movement coming on and he jumped on it. And when he acts like like the stereotypical annoying things that women do. That's what he does. Oh, look at me. I don't know. It's things like that. It's a mental condition. Okay. I don't know. But anyway, what was I talking about? I guess I'll end it here with the phones now. Talked about that. Cell phone. So I miss the days of coming home after work or whatever, coming home from something. Oh, look, the light's blinking. I got some messages. Click on it. Hey, man, this is so-and-so. You want to go out this weekend? Let's hang out, blah, blah, blah. Cool. Call them back or whatever, Simple. It was a simple life. Now it's like you're attached to everybody 24/7. And it's just, I remember seeing, I think it was a comedian that was like, cell phones have turned everybody into firefighters. Or it's like a 911, they're always in contact or in touch. You're able to get in touch. And if you don't answer, it's like, why didn't you answer the phone? You know what I mean? It's like, dude, chill. I'll get to it when I get to it. You know what I mean? It's like, why do we have to be in immediate contact with everybody all the time? It's annoying. And then now with smartphones and the internet, it's just even worse, man. I don't know. I have a smartphone, but I just use it to watch stuff. Like it's my little pocket computer. I don't use it as a phone. I do have a cell phone, but it's just like an old school little keyboard phone. That's what I use. Because I don't really like to be, when we go out, I don't have, I don't do that. It's like I just want a phone. So if I separate from my wife and she needs to find out where I am or whatever, and I can call her, she can call me. That's it. I don't want to like be on my phone looking at TikTok or whatever as I'm walking around the mall or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. Just kind of annoying. And then they talk about having like implants and we're all going to be able to do all this stuff in our brains. So we're all going to be like Cyborg from Justice League. Fuck that, man. I don't know. That's just weird. Like it's nice. Some of the things that you can do, but it's like, I'm just waiting for the huge solar flare to come in and knock out our internet and everything. You know what I mean? People are going to actually have to go to the bank to deposit a check instead of just taking pictures of it. And like it's not the what do you call it? I mean, a lot of things are like, it's nice and convenient, but it's too much. It's too much. They need to slow it down. And that's kind of part of the problem of everything going on right now too, I know in my gut or whatever, I'd bet that if there was no internet, if it was still, or if internet was more in its infancy, if there wasn't social media, let's say that. If there was no TikTok and I keep saying TikTok, I mean to say Twitter. And all that shit, we would not have all these trans people. We wouldn't. Because a lot of it's just for clicks and for, attention and all this kind of crap, man. It's just crazy. I don't even have my Twitter anymore because I can't get on there. I talked about it before when I was switching from Chrome to Safari. I guess I could open up Chrome, but I don't want to. I'm trying to stay away from. I don't like Google, so and when I tried to set up the Safari, like I wasn't paying attention, and as I was logging in, it basically created like another account. So it was like Objective Jerk 56071 or something like that. And I remember logging in there, and I was kind of on there, and then I'm like, what the crap? Why am I not seeing whatever, this and that? And then come to find out it was like another profile. So I was like, oh, what the hell? So I, logged in, and that's why I stayed with Chrome for a while, because of that. And so then it got to a point, again, I talked about it. I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to Safari, don't care. And I can't try and log in to my old Twitter account. It keeps logging in to that old one, which is now suspended. But I was with their help center I was like, dude, can you not just delete this account? Get rid of it. I can't deactivate it because it says it's suspended. So I'm like, what the crap, man? So it's like I don't think I can log into my actual one until I get rid of this one, but the support sucked. And I was just like, you know what? Screw this. I don't need it. And it kind of sucks because it does help me with when I do podcasts on certain things, because you can kind of look up stuff that's going on. But oh well, I don't know. I guess I got to get more into Instagram. It's basically the same thing, but I don't know. I'm having I don't know. We shall see. So let's see. That's kind of it for me. If you would, get on Facebook, the Objective Jerk Podcast, and follow it, like it, whatever. So I'm going to kind of get more involved with Facebook a little bit and see what it can do. Maybe even do like an ad that they have, see if that does anything. I doubt it, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, I think that's about it. Where am I at? Yeah, I'm about time to go. It's kind of a short one, I guess, but I got stuff to do. I'm kind of in a good mood to get some stuff done around the house and some, honeydews or some small little projects that I've been wanting to do that when I'm depressed, I don't care about. I'm just like, whatever. And then, so then they sit there, and then by the time I'm ready to do something, it's like the project is now worse, than if I would have done it then. So I'm trying to like, when I'm in my depression mood, I'm trying to like pick one thing every day to do, whether it's do a load of laundry or I don't know, just some kind of little thing, or maybe pick something and then just every day do a little bit of it. Because it's like when I'm in my depression, it's like I just don't care, I don't want to, I have no motivation to do that. And then when I'm in my moods like today, and which I have been lately too, it's like I cleaned my garage the other day, organized it, it's awesome. But it sat there needing it for like months, sucks. Anyway, like, subscribe, follow, email, all that crap. All right. You can follow me on Facebook or on Instagram and True Social. You can listen to these entire episodes and more on Buzzsprout, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, plus many others. You can also watch the videos on YouTube and on Chorus Rumble. Again, thanks for listening.